Hello, I'm Joyce DeYoung, and this monthly minute is about when to contact the medical examiner to report a death. I'm the medical examiner for 13 counties in Michigan, so this is a topic I have a high level of interest in. According to Michigan law, the responsibility for signing the death certificate is placed upon the attending physician. Under certain circumstances, deaths need to be reported to the medical examiner. Any death that does not appear to be due to natural causes must be referred to your medical examiner. Anything that is suspicious, is related to an acute drug intoxication, is secondary to injuries, even if the injury occurred weeks, months, or years ago, has unusual circumstances, or just appears to be unnatural, should be reported to the medical examiner. The following causes should be considered red flags as they may be related to an unnatural cause. Seizures often are. So if someone has a brain tumor and then they develop seizures, that wouldn't need to be. But if someone has seizures and that's all it says, or if those seizures are trauma related and that is why the person died, that should be referred. When you see the word subdural or much less commonly epidural hemorrhage, that should be referred. Cerebral palsy may be an indicator of an injury as an infant and should be referred to the medical examiner unless the attending physician knows that this was not secondary to an injury. When you see a plegia like quadriplegia or paraplegia of any kind, without an explanation, it should be referred. If someone has a spinal cord tumor and subsequent to that they became a paraplegic, it wouldn't need to be referred. But if that kind of detail isn't available, you should contact the medical examiner. Aspiration and choking deaths are typically referred to the medical examiner. Any fractures that caused or contributed to the death should be referred to the medical examiner. So substance and drug abuse is a big one. If it is an acute drug intoxication that was the initial cause and underlying cause of death, it should be referred. Someone may be hospitalized for an extended length of time after a drug overdose and subsequently die. Even though the drugs may no longer be in their system, you should report that death to the medical examiner. Sepsis, without an explanation as to why the individual is septic, should also be referred. These are just a few of the red flags and by far the most common ones we see. However, there may be more. Whatever the case, if you're ever unsure if you should refer a case to the medical examiner, call them and they'll let you know if it's something that falls under their jurisdiction. Remember, the attending physician can certify the cause of death if everything is natural. If it is not, it should be sent to the medical examiner for review and likely so they can do the death certificate. I'm Joyce DeYoung, and thank you for joining me for the EDRS Monthly Minute.